Hello besties! For today's video, we're very much zoomed in. And the reason being is that I pretty much have a full face of new makeup to try out for you. Some of this was sent to me in PR. Some of this I actually did pick up over the last couple of weeks. I just never got around to filming it. So we're finally doing that today. So grab a snack, grab a drink, just because. Okay, so we're gonna start with eyes. I was at Target recently and I saw they were finally starting to update their drugstore section. My Target doesn't get a lot of the newer makeup for some reason. I usually go to like CVS to get the newest makeup because they get like all the new makeup products. My Ulta and my Target tend to never get those. So we're gonna start off with the eyes today. I'm gonna take my little bit of my NARS Pot Concealer because I am starting to break out in some pimples because your girl is about to get her period and I need to cover said pimples up, period. We're just going to let this sit right here. Normally I put like a brush, but I'm just going to tap it with my finger. We're just going to let it sit here for, I want to type it on my makeup, so we're just going to let it sit here. But anyway, I was at Target and they had a little section that said new, and they had the new NYX. This is the Nano Brow Mechanical Pencil. I got the shade Brunette. I don't know if this is going to be good. I really found out about myself that I like a lot of nano eyebrow pencils. I don't really do too much to my brows. My brows are kind of more on the, I feel like they're getting a little sparse. I don't know if it's years of getting them waxed or over plucking, but I feel like they're definitely getting a little sparse. So all I do is lightly fill them in. I don't do anything crazy because I just feel like right here, it still has a pretty decent amount of hair. I just kind of fill in where it is sparse. And you know what's crazy is I've talked about this before, but if you look at like beginning years of my channel, you guys would see that I never even did my brows back then. I just left my brows be. I never did my brows. And then I realized about myself when I look back at my older content that I never did my brows. Even when I would go to work, I never do my brows. So this is how this looks, by the way. Let's see how this... Okay. I never did my brows. So like I look back at like my old stuff and like my own videos and then I go, I went to work like that. Like I went to work like this. I guess it's not too bad. But like it's weird to me now because I would still do my brows now. Like that's the one thing I do. If I'm not doing makeup for the day, the one thing I always will still do is I'll do my brows. I'll throw on a little bit of mascara and a clear gloss. And that's kind of like my base makeup if I want to look somewhat like alive. I can't believe I used to never do my brows. I would do a full face of makeup and never do brows. I don't even know when I started doing brows. But anywho, I recently posted a video where I talked about overconsumption and what I want to see changed in the beauty community this year. And one of the things I talked about was that I wasn't going to go and buy every single new makeup launch. And I'm still going to be sticking to that. Like I'm going to buy like what interests me the most. But I did pick up a few of these items throughout the weeks as they were launching if I saw them in store. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy and buy everything that comes out. But I really do love a lot of drugstore makeup. So I pretty much have a full face of drugstore makeup sitting in front of me that I really want to try out and see if they're any good. Some I heard great things about, some I have not. So I just kind of wanted to test it for myself. So while I am kind of slowing down on my purchases, I still want to so while I am not going to go crazy this year and purchase so much makeup like previous years, I still want to buy makeup that I'm mostly interested in. I do also have a big book haul coming up, just so you guys know. I did not pay for like 98% of the book haul. I had a really, really, really nice Christmas situation. Me and my best friend, we do 12 days of Bookmas. So every single day for the first 12 days, we send each other a gift. We send each other a book from our book list. And then I did a little book exchange with Angelica. I got some books for Christmas from Linda. I got an amazing gift card from my friend Cody for Christmas. So I have a big book haul coming up. And I know I recently told you guys that I want to show more than just makeup on my channel. I want to show book stuff. A lot of you guys seem really cool with that. Some of you guys were like, I just kind of want to stick to makeup. But I did see one comment that I thought kind of stood out, that if I'm going to start to implement other style content, they're still going to be here to watch me, but just kind of maybe have days dedicated to those days, like book day Tuesdays, spooky scary video games Fridays. Like have designated days for particular content. That way people know what to look forward to which days. I feel like that's a pretty good idea. That's something that I could try to implement, but I got to figure out how I'd even do it to begin with, because I'm not going to be doing book content on a weekly basis because I have not read enough to say, okay, these are my 5-star reads. These are like all this type of stuff, like all these like videos I see, because I watch a lot of book content, but like I feel like I don't read enough to fully do dedicated days. I think I'm just gonna kind of have sparse in here, but I do have a big book haul that's coming up. And then I know I got so many comments of people asking to see my bookshelf. So I will do a bookshelf tour, which is going to kind of work out because Corey got me a book scanner for Christmas. And I'm so excited. I have a huge amount of books. And it'd be kind of cool to have a digital library. Now, I've been seeing this on TikTok where people have these book scanners. I'm like, what are book scanners? And it's legit a scanner where you go in. This is a really nice brow nano pencil, by the way. It's where you go in and you scan your book and you put it into a digital library. Instead of having to manually type everything, it does it for you. And I was like, that's such a good idea. So he got me a book scanner for Christmas. It's one of my Christmas gifts. And I want to do a video where I show you guys my bookshelf and like maybe kind of redo my bookshelf and use the book scanner at the same time to add it into my digital library, because I have so many books. It'd be kind of nice to have them also kind of documented. Now, I saw like some reviews on TikTok and on Amazon where he got the book scanner, and so many say that it's such a good idea to have because like if something were to happen to your home, you can claim it in your insurance, like homeowner's insurance. I have renter's insurance. So if I could have everything documented of all the books I have, my books can be protected, because I do pay for the highest renter's insurance just because I have a lot of expensive equipment because of my filming content. So it'd be kind of nice to like have my books added to that, right? Like that'd be kind of cool. I feel like this kind of laid the brows down nicely. This really nice full coverage pencil, really nice spoolie to go with it. It's just like nice micro fine, little fine lines. You could sit here and just kind of fill in the sparse areas of the brow. I like it. I like it so far. It kind of reminds me of the Winky Lux Universal Brow or my Benefit Precisely My Brow. For eyes, I actually don't have a new Drugstore eyeshadow palette, but I am going to go into the ABH Sugar palette. I bought the Sugar and Spice off the TikTok shop sometime in late November, and I never got around to playing with it. I recently showed you guys how I played with the Spice palette. Now I'm going to show you guys the Sugar palette because I really want to use what I have. So we're going to go into this. I'm going to do something very minimalistic. I'm not trying to do something super crazy or fancy. I just want to play with makeup because makeup just still gets me super, super excited. So I'm just going to lay down my Sigma eye base right here. I'm going to go into this little pinky shade right here to kind of put into our transition area. To put this into our crease area, we're just going to go like right here and just slowly buff this in. This is going to be really light pink. So we're just going to slowly buff this in. Y'all, it has been so cold here in Florida. I heard on the news, I don't know how true this will be or if this is going to happen, but it said that for the first time in like 60 something years, we could potentially see snow flurries down at like Disney, like in Orlando, for how cold it's supposed to be. Like one of the days is supposed to be like 19 degrees. That's so wild to me. Like snow flurries. Now I've seen snow because I've gone to Maine, I've gone to Michigan, and my family's from West Virginia, so I've definitely had my fair share of playing in snow. But like to see it in Florida, that's kind of trippy. That's so trippy. Like I could not imagine being at work, stepping outside of my office and seeing snow flurries. I think I legit would be like, what do we do? You know what I mean? Now, I doubt it'll be cold enough to stick to the ground, but it said that we could potentially see some snow flurries. That's crazy. That's crazy. But for all those who are going to be affected by this winter storm, please, please, please just stay safe, stay warm. I hear that this one's supposed to be a big one. Oh, that's laid down. We're just going to take this beautiful matte shade with glitter. You guys know I love a good matte with glitter in it. I will say the one thing about these palettes, they have so much kick up in the pan. It's kind of insane. But we're just going to take this shade and we're just going to tap this right here. And it has a lot of fallout. Do you guys see that right there? So much kick up and a lot of fallout. I'm also going to take a little bit of this matte brown to go with that too, because I feel like this isn't really sticking to the lid that much. I'm just going to tap some of that matte brown to go with it. Maybe try to lock it in some. My God, there is just so much fallout. It's insane. Okay, so to go right next to that, because there's so much fallout, A part of me is wondering if I should use a little bit of like glitter glue because there's legit just way too much fallout. But you know what? I kind of want something more light and minimalistic anyway. So we're gonna make do with what we have. So I'm gonna take this shade right here, this blue shade, and we're gonna put this right next to the brown. This looks like it's almost like a duochrome. It goes between purple and blue. It's really pretty. But we're gonna take this. We're just gonna go like right here. It's very, very light. Yeah, it's super light in pigment. I'm gonna take this little pink shade right here. We're gonna put that next to the blue before I figure out how I want to finish this eye look, because I just don't know how I feel about it. We're gonna take this. We're gonna go right here. See, the pigment on these are just so light. They're just so light. So I'm going to quickly just fix this off camera. We're going to come back to do the rest of the face together. Okay, so the eye look is on. It's definitely not my favorite. I did go in with this purple shade right here to help to blend out at the end. I'm not the biggest fan of this palette, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so moving on to primer. So I technically do have 2 new primers. So I did recently just pick up the new e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer. You guys told me to go try this out. I love all the other e.l.f. primers, but I also, like a couple weeks ago, picked up the NYX Face Glue. And I've seen everybody rave about this and how amazing this is. So I don't really know which one I want to use today. I was going to ask, what should I do? Like, you guys are going to be able to answer me right now. I'll wait. Okay, wait. I think for today's video, I'll use the matte Power Grip, because this one says, with all the signature makeup stick of the OG Power Grip, this mattifying primer is infused with lemon myrtle blend to help reduce the look of excessive oil and shine, creating a smooth finish while gripping makeup for a long-lasting wear. I could do half and half. Maybe I'll just do half and half. Let me just do that. Okay, so I'll do this side with e.l.f. and then this side with NYX. I'm gonna kind of just go from there. So let me just go ahead and try this out. I was really excited when I saw this. I didn't even see e.l.f. like announce that they were doing this. So this is what it looks. Kind of looks like snot. And we're gonna put this on this side right here. It feels very, very smooth, but like with a thicker base to it. It has definitely some tackiness to it. We'll see kind of like how it wears. So I'm gonna let that sit there. I'm gonna let that sit down, and I'm gonna go in with the NYX Face Glue. This is not new, but this is new to me. This has been out for some time. Everybody has raved about this, so I'm really kind of curious to see what my thoughts are gonna be like on this. Wait, how does this work? Wait, does it not squirt out of this? Oh, it does squirt out of this. Oh, it's like Elmer's glue. Oh, fascinating. Ooh. Okay, no. Oh, wow, that's a different sensation. No smell to it whatsoever. Now, this one feels very silky, very lightweight, almost like a water base. Very different feeling from the e.l.f. The e.l.f. felt very smooth. The e.l.f. felt like pretty thick, but like with a different consistency, this feels like it's not even sticky. I don't even know, is this supposed to be sticky? Makeup Gripping Primer. Okay, so while they're both sitting down, I did pick up the new Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. Online, it says, swipe on the soft filter with Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint, a buildable light to medium coverage with a natural soft matte second skin finish. So I got the shade 07 Light Medium. So this is going to be a neutral undertone, so I really hope I like this. I don't really try a lot of stuff. I don't really try a lot of like stick foundations because I tend to really not like stick foundations. So we're going to see how I can get this to work. Before we put on the foundation, let me just see how the skin feels. So this is the e.l.f. side. You guys can definitely see where it has mattified down. It barely has any sort of like sticky, like any sort of tackiness to it. This is going to be the NYX side. Do you hear that? This feels sticky and it's still shiny. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to look. Okay, so let's try this out. Like I said, I don't ever use stick foundations. So if I'm applying this wrong, let me know, because I don't ever really use stick foundations. What I just like... Oh my God, do you guys see? This emphasizes my pores. Oh! This literally... like amplifies my pores. When I tell you I have large pores, this is what I mean. Do we see this? Oh no. Okay, wait. Does this blend out with the sponge though? Let's see this blend out with the sponge. Ooh, okay, wait a minute. This seems to be melting into the skin. That's kind of nice, right? That is kind of nice. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I press the sponge into it. So this is a soft medium buildable coverage. I don't know, like I said, I've never been a fan of like stick foundations. I think the reason being is that I tried the Hourglass Veil Vanishing like stick foundation years ago. And let me tell y'all, my skin looked atrocious. Now, granted, this was like in the beginning of my YouTube journey when I was like still trying to understand what type of skin type I had. I was trying to understand the balance of, you know, primer, concealer. Like, I think if I were to redo it now, I probably would do it so differently than when I did it back in like 2018, because I have a better understanding of makeup now than I did back then. But I'm still kind of like traumatized by the experience because I went to work, and thank God for my coworkers, because they were like, girl, what is wrong with your foundation? I was like, what do you mean? I said, it is looking like trash. I had some real like friends that would tell me straight up, your foundation looks like shit. And I was like, thank God, because it did. It looked like absolute shit. And I was so grateful that they told me as such too, because I was like, oh my God, this is bad. Okay, this actually blends really nicely onto the face. Do you see that? This is supposed to have a soft matte finish to give you like a second looking skin. I don't think it looks like second looking skin. I think you can definitely tell there's makeup sitting on the face. I see the makeup. I don't know what it means by second skin because my skin doesn't look like this. I wish it did, but it doesn't. It has texture. It has uneven skin tone. It has pores. It's not nice and even like this, but it is actually looking really nice. We're going to see how this wears throughout the day. For bronzer, I did pick up the new CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer. Now, the only problem I have with CoverGirl is that there really isn't too much description on tones. I didn't know if this is a light to fair, a fair to light, a light to medium, a light to dark. Like, I don't really know. They don't really exactly say there's the shade colors. There's 4 different shades. There was one right before this. I got the second shade, which is Sculpted. I think the one before that was like bronze or something like that. It's a very light one. So I really hope that I got the right color. I don't know. I tried looking in store. When I saw it in store, I tried looking online. It doesn't really have too much information on it. So we're going to hope I got the right bronzer shade, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, it looks to be pretty decently colored. Let's find out. I don't really buy a lot of CoverGirl stuff. I tend to find that CoverGirl just is one of those brands that doesn't really work for me very well. The one that would work for me very well, the only exception is their CoverGirl Clean Yummy Glosses. Now, those are absolutely fantastic. I love the Clean Yummy Glosses, but when it comes to like their complexion products, I tend to not like them whatsoever. And I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to stick to that because this is supposed to be, I think, a bronzer stick. It's a contour balm. Okay, so it's a contour, but I just feel like it's a little bit too gray tone for me. And this is the second shade. The third shade would not work for my skin tone at all. I kind of wanted to be this a little bit more bronzer, but I guess for a contour, this is contouring the face, but I just like more of a bronzer effect than a contour. It is melting into the skin, like it is. But my question is, do we see it? I don't know if we see it. Do we see it? So for blush, I do have the new L'Oreal Lumi blush. I have the shade called Dewy Rich Coral. I really wanted to try this when I talked about my new makeup releases. So let's see. Oh, this is like an orange. I thought this would be more peachy. Ooh, I might have messed up. Oh, well. This is what I get for trusting the fake photos. This is what I get for trusting the display photos instead of like, oh, actually like seeing it online. Oh no. Okay, well, you know, it's kind of blending. It's kind of blending, right? A little bit. It's melting. It's melting. She's very more on the orange base. I for sure thought this would be like a peachy blush. This is definitely more an orangey blush. But we are going to make this work. I mean, it is melting very nicely into the skin. The only gripe I had about these is that all the shades were very luminous. They look like they had like a glitter base to it. They look like this. They look like this, right? And I was just like, I don't want that on my face. So this is one of the few matte shades that they actually had available. and it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's a really pretty color. I just kind of want it to be more of like a peachy undertone than like an orange undertone, but we'll make this work. So I don't have any new concealer. I'm going to go in with just the e.l.f. Camo Concealer right here because I don't have a new concealer. So I'm going to just quickly conceal the face. Okay, so for setting powder, I do have the new Halo Glow Powder Filter. This is a pressed powder from e.l.f. This says that this creates a soft focus effect for the social filter in real life with the pressed finishing powder. The ultra-fine formula helps to blur the appearance of skin, reduce shine, and sets makeup for a long-lasting wear. I'm going to wear this at the end, so I'm just going to quickly go in with my e.l.f. HD powder. I really do love this powder. It does give you really soft... Oh my god, I poured way too much. It does give you a really, really soft focus effect on the face. It does melt into the skin, so you don't have to worry about like a white cast. The only thing I don't like is how it's packaged, because like this powder gets everywhere, but I love how microfined it is. Like I was so scared trying this out because I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to give me like a white cast, I'm going to get flashback Mary, but surprisingly I don't. It gives you a really soft blur in the skin. So I don't have any brow gel. I'm just going to go in with the Benefit Gimme Brow. I love this. We're just going to quickly set the brows. And then for powdered bronzer, I'm going to go into the What's Up Beauty. This was sent to me in PR. This is going to be the Chic Terra Bronzer. I have the shade 01 Light. Okay, my upstairs neighbors are vacuuming. So if you hear noise, I'm so sorry. This is how the bronzer looks. I don't know how this is gonna fare, but you know, we're gonna try it out. I really do love What's Up Beauty. They make some really beautiful stuff. Like I still am obsessed with how they did the like dragon palette, even though I felt like the color story wasn't what I wanted to based upon the outside packaging. I still was able to make a really pretty eye look. Maybe I'm a little biased towards it because I read it. I mean, I played with it when I was reading Fourth Wing. So I feel like that's where like my super love of it comes, but I really do like the brand. So we're just gonna lay this right here. I don't really know if it's doing too much to bronze the, well, maybe it is. Maybe it's bronzing the face just a little bit. Okay, yeah, it is. It is. It's just very, very, very light, but my skin does feel very soft. Again, I'm so sorry if you hear their vacuum. It's apartment life. I remember I used to be like, so like, I'd sit here and not film when I lived in my old apartment, but you know what? You guys always tell me to stop apologizing for any background noise you guys may hear, and you know what? You're right. Like, I live in an apartment. It's just what comes with the territory. For blush, I'm going to go into the other What's Up Beauty. This is in the shade Sierra, Serene Sierra, and this is a really pretty, like, looking blush. We're just going to take this, and we're going to lightly powder the face with this. So I'm just going to push through it. So if you guys hear background noises, that's what it is. And it's totally okay. Very soft blush. I kind of like that. Like it's very soft, very subtle, not too overpowering. Because I don't want to have the most overpowering blush. Because sometimes I do have blush blindness. And I go in very heavy handed. And I'm just like, ugh. So we are going to try to not do that today. No guarantee. Because I do love a good blush. And I feel like that looks really pretty. So for highlighter, I'm going to go into the CoverGirl. This is going to be the Skin Enhancer Pro Highlight. This is how it looks. Ooh, that's pretty. How should I apply this? Should I just go on the skin? No, I should not do that. Allie, you know better. Wait, where's my brush? Okay, wait, let me try this. Okay, that kind of works a little bit. It just makes that one spot really harsh like that. It's really pretty, but I feel like I could definitely see like my texture through it. Like the shine is gorgeous. The shine is really gorgeous. But I feel like with these type of products, this highlighter would probably work better if you are someone that doesn't have to set your whole face with setting powder like myself. I feel like this will work better for you because you really shouldn't, because it's kind of harder to apply a stick highlighter on top of setting powder. Like I'm doing it right now, I can make it work, but it's just not the easiest. Like you can see like a streak right there, you know what I mean? For eyes, so to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to go into the Benefit Fan Fest mascara right here, and I'm just going to lightly place a little bit of the pink shade underneath. I'm just going to paste a little bit of the brown shade right here underneath. I'm not doing anything crazy for underneath the eyes. I feel like this palette's really pretty, but I just feel like it has too much fallout for my taste. It's not the easiest palette to work with. The pigment's pretty light, and I just feel like the fallout is just really intense. So I'm just going to do something very light underneath the eyes because I just want to have like mascara on today. I don't want to have to put on false lashes, so I'm not trying to be super dramatic. So I'm just going to lightly go with that brown shade right here. Going to go back to my old school method of heating this up before curling my lashes. And let's go on the Fan Fest mascara. This was recently sent to me in PR. For eyeliner, I'm just going with the ColourPop eyeliner in the shade called Big Splash. I feel like this would be really good, like pretty like light blue eyeliner to go with this look. A little something different than white, right? A little something different. Okay. So to finish off the eyes, we're going to go into the palette one more time. And I'm just going to take this shade right here, this light like silvery shade. I'm just going to put this in the inner corner. That's all we are going to do. Just a little, oh my God, just lightly like tap this in. Finish off the face, we're going to go into the, where is it? This is going to be the Maybelline. This is going to be the Lifter Liner. I have the shade 05, I think it's called Unit. This was gifted to me in PR. It's really weird that they randomly give me PR. I am beyond grateful because if I could get a lot of PR, I'd want it to be mostly drugstore because drugstore to me is more affordable and more accessible. So I would always prefer drugstore than high end. But let me go on line my lips. Let me take this off. Let me take off my little lip balm first. It's so funny is I have other lifter liners. This one feels so dry compared to some of my other ones. I don't get it. Okay, so this feels like so incredibly dry. I don't get why. This is new, but yet it feels so dried out. Oh my gosh. Like, what the heck? That's... It looks like I've taken dirt and rubbed it on my lips. I do not like that at all. Try this one. This one's going to be in the shade called 03 Plate or something like that. Now, what the heck? Now, this one feels super creamy. What the heck? My lips feel like they're slightly burning. Hold up. Meet Lifter Liner, Maybelline NY's Next Level Lip Liner for a long-lasting, easy-on color. Creamy and comfortable, moisture-locking formula. This lip pencil delivers a smooth glide application without tugging. Available in 10 shades to combine my favorite lifter gloss. Okay, so this shade right here, the second I started putting this one on, my lips started burning. But when I put this one went on really smoothly. It glided on nicely. I don't know what was going on, but whatever's in that one, it's not really feeling the best on my lips. I can feel like a slight burning sensation, so I don't really know what that's about. But we're going to move on because I really wanted to try the brand new CoverGirl Clean Yummy Fresh Lip Plumper. Now, if you guys have seen me... Now, if you guys have watched my channel, you guys know that I have always talked about the CoverGirl Clean Yummy glosses. I have like almost every single shade that's come out just in different places in my house, in my purse, in my work purse, on my nightstand, on my desk, on my filming, on my editing station. Like I have so many different of these glosses. I think they're so good. But I saw they had a new one that's out that's a plumper, and I have not tried their plumper yet. So this is going to be in the shade called Bling-tastic. So we're going to try this out. We're going to try this out. I wonder if it has a smell to it. Oh, it smells like mint. Okay. Okay. Let's try this out. Ooh. I wanted to get the one that was more on the tan, sparkly neutral side because this kind of reminds me of Laura Lee Los Angeles Sparkling Iris shade. And that's such a pretty gloss shade. So we're just going to top this right here. Now this lip liner is not supposed to budge. I could already feel the tingling sensation. This feels very cooling on the lip. But like at the same time, it feels wet, cooling, very minty. It feels like I just chewed some gum. And it doesn't sting, which is really nice. It's more of a cooling sensation. So this is the e.l.f. finishing powder. I have this shade right here called Light Neutral. We're just going to take this and put this in my troubled areas, which would be like my entire face. But mostly we're going to put this in my T-zone. This is a finishing powder, so you should technically use this as your last step I'm just going to go in. I'm just going to lightly, oh, she might make a return. I know this is supposed to be a little bit of glowing powder, but I didn't think it was going to be like luminous. I saw other people try this and said they really like this, so I thought I'd give it a go too, but it seems that she might be a little bit more luminous than I expected. But you know what? We're going to try this out. We're going to try this out. So let me spritz the face. I'm going to do a 12-hour wear test. I'll come back and give you guys my first impressions of the makeup after wearing it for 12 hours. The final makeup look right here. I did spray my face one more time. Let me go ahead and get you guys zoomed on out so I can quickly run through everything before we start my wear test. All right, guys, so here's the final look right here. I liked everything that I tried so far. There wasn't one thing that I did not like. I think the only issues that I did face, honestly, was with the sugar palette. There was just too much fallout on the face for me to really enjoy this. And I just felt like you had to work a little bit harder to get the pigments to show. I do think the eye look is really pretty. It's just very effortless. I mean, you can kind of wear it every single day, which I think this is kind of what it's meant for. For me, I'm really glad I didn't spend the $28 to buy this palette fully. I did buy it during a TikTok sale, so I got 2 for the price of 30, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I don't think I'd ever pay full price for this, but everything else, I do like everything so far. There really wasn't one thing that I didn't like. I'm gonna come back in 12 hours to kind of give you guys my full first impressions of all these products. I'm gonna keep testing them out throughout the month because I really want to get back into my repurchase or trash series. I really want to get back into my full face of one makeup series and just play around with more drugstore and more of my own stuff that I have here, finding dupes. So yeah, I think I want to kind of bring back what I used to love doing the most, which was just playing with makeup. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and see you in 12 hours. Okay, guys, so it's been officially 12 hours, and this is how the makeup is makeuping. Let's take a look at the face, shall we? So this is going to be the e.l.f. side, and this is the NYX side. From what it looks like to me, it looks like the e.l.f. held on a little bit more than the NYX side did. As you guys can see, the foundation has completely moved and completely come off the nose right here. You see this kind of like harsh line. I'm definitely more oily in my T-zone. Whereas on this side, I am missing some foundation right here as well. And I'm definitely oily right here and I'm missing some foundation, but it is still kind of holding on, although I'm missing some foundation right here. You know, for me wearing this for 12 hours, I have to say it actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, I am missing foundation from certain parts of the face, but I've definitely done tons of wear tests throughout my time here on YouTube, and I can safely say that like this is not the worst that I've seen it. The lip liner did not last. I had spaghetti an hour after filming and it came right off. The eyeshadow held on really nicely, and so did the mascara. Brows held on, but I just feel like the foundation itself didn't really, you know, hold on too much, but I didn't really expect too much because at the end of the day, this was a skin tint. It wasn't really meant to be like an all-day matte foundation, but I really want to try out the primers, and I will say based upon first impression, I think the primer that might work a little bit better for me is going to be the e.l.f. Power Matte Gripping Primer. This one seems to be not as oily as this side, but both are not that bad. I'm still going to keep trying these out. My first impressions are that I still do like the products. Now I want to try this primer and the other primer under like my Revlon Color Stay Longwear Foundation to see how well it holds up with that. But first impressions, I still like everything. Alrighty, guys, so that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.